Hello, everybody. Hey, what's up? Alex Kern here. I'm one of the directors of CalHacks. I also help run the Facebook group that all of you love to hate called Hackathon Hackers. I'm going to be talking about that here. Quick show of hands. Who here is an HH admin or one of the HH admins of one of the subgroups? Just raise your hand. Awesome. Give yourselves a round of applause. That's awesome. Thank you guys for doing what you do. Yeah, so come talk to us after the event if you have any questions. HH didn't exist about a year ago at the inaugural Hackcon, so I think a brief history lesson is in order. HH was created in June by Dave Fontenot and began with what I now call the inflationary period. The main group has sustained some massive growth. It's grown to well over 100 unique posts per day, thousands of comments on those posts. HH has been successful at scaling, but does remain to have a lot of work to be done and an active moderation effort in order to maintain post quality and make sure that we have innovative solutions to keep the community to make the community more inclusive. Hackathon Hackers is itself a hack on top of Facebook groups, so I'm going to talk a little bit about how it's structured. The main group, which some of you may have unsubscribed from, I myself have unsubscribed from it, serves as a hub and broadcast channel for the entire network. There are very few restrictions on what you can post here, the idea being that this is where if you want to reach the largest audience, you can make a post. One great way of using the main group is as a litmus test for your crazy ideas. So I found polls to be extremely successful. I know Vikram of MHacks creates polls to kind of test and see what general opinions are about different concepts about the event. It's also really effective if you want the answer to be Node.js. So yeah, so you can use the main group for that. I wouldn't recommend doing any really intensive discussions in it because that's more for the subgroups. This is actually old. We now have over 50 subgroups. This is where a lot of the more in-depth discussion goes. All of the official subgroups are listed in the sidebar. We're constantly adding more of them. Each subgroup is moderated by an independent team of moderators who set their own content guidelines for the group. And in the process, we've learned a few things through trial and error about how to manage online communities that I'm going to talk about here. The first thing is to set clear content guidelines. This is really important because people don't know what to post in a group unless you tell them basically what to post. Simple rules, I find, tend to be best. One example of this was that a few months ago, a hacker posted about the use of performance-enhancing drugs at hackathons in the HH main group. As an admin team, we decided that this was a really important discussion, but it wasn't the right forum for it. So instead, what we did was we spun off a subgroup called HH Constructive Debates. You can join it. It has stricter content guidelines than the main group, with the idea being that you can basically have these more intensive discussions without worrying about any of like the name calling or bullying that can and does arise on the main group. The second one is to remember Hanlon's razor when dealing with situations. What is Hanlon's razor? It's a tongue-in-cheek form of the more famous Occam's razor, which asks, of the more well-known Occam's razor. It asks that we not attribute to malice what can adequately be explained by stupidity. I take this to mean something a little bit less coarse, which is to say that you should educate others before immediately administering punishment. I found that a lot of people don't tend to fully grasp the implications of what they're saying online or in person to other people. And it's better to kind of inform them about how other people are feeling in a particular situation before immediately, letting down the ban hammer. We've got a really exciting project in the works that I'm announcing right now. I haven't written the Medium post yet. It's called Hackbot. It's a Facebook group robot. Basically, it's an admin on the group. It's called Hackathon Hackerbot. We have it running on a DigitalOcean instance. The idea being that we can close threads now on Facebook groups. This is kind of a neat thing because Facebook doesn't have too many moderation tools. But if you go to hh.gd/test right now on your phone, try commenting on that post. It should be the first one that you see. Try commenting on it. By the time you can refresh it, Hackbot will have already deleted the post. It's pretty sweet. It's also open source, so please feel free to contribute. We're constantly adding new features to it. This is kind of one of my pet projects. So yeah. How can you help us? You can help us grow the online community by hopping into HH Welcome and showing newcomers some ropes, or by offering your expertise in HH Throw a Hackathon. These are where new organizers come to ask their questions. They may feel a little bit intimidated at first, but if you can help them in any way possible, that's awesome. Alternatively, you can also create your own subgroup. There's a bunch of obvious ones that haven't been started yet. Just pick a topic and check out the subgroup's requirements for more information. But most of all, please contribute. Hackathon Hackers is made by you guys. I understand that many of you, for good reason, have issues with some of the post comments and the general attitude of HH. I urge you as thought leaders, though, to set the tone and make our online forum the best it can possibly be. Thanks. I hope you found value in HH. Thank you.